Yeah, Paul James Pernicano, 25B82401B and C and A. Name?
Paul James Pernicano.
You have a 3-count charge here: animal violation, vicious act, dog at large, no dog license. You have the right to a lawyer. You want a lawyer?
No, sir. No, Your Honor. And I do apologize for my phone going off. First thing I did is turned it off. Yes, I'm sorry.
On December 28 or 24, it is alleged that you did have a dog on. No dog license is count 1, civil infraction. Dog roaming at large is count 2, civil infraction. And 3, count 3 is a vicious act, dog on dog attack. It says that is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to $500 in fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all of those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea.
Thank you.
What kind of a dog is that?
German Shepherd.
Does anybody else live in the home with you?
No.
$500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. There's to be no contact with the owner of the other dog or prosecution witnesses. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with him or them or have anybody else do any of those things for you. Right? Fenced in yard or on a leash, accompanied by you, but also equipped with a muzzle. Do you understand that? Yep. Do you understand that?
Yes.
That's a condition of your bond. House, fenced in yard, muzzle, accompanied by you, on a leash. One of those 3 things. You understand that?
Yes.
And I can tell you.
My dog guilty before.
Pardon?
You're making my dog guilty of this offense before.
Really?
Yes, because he's not a vicious dog by far. You don't know the situation, Your Honor. You do not. And it's unfair. Those people that actually...
Slow down.
The people that...
Slow down.
Sorry. The people that...
Slow down. It's my turn to talk.
Thank you.
They don't pay me enough to argue with people. Let's hang on a second. I want to make clear that you understand this. I do not argue with people.
I'm not arguing.
And they're not going to argue with me. And if you think I'm unfair, go out in the hallway, tell people, go on Facebook, go out in the parking lot, tell whoever you want, whatever you want, whenever you want. I could care less. You understand?
Yes.
This is a condition of bond. There's not a judge worth 14 cents in the country that wouldn't order this based on the little information that I have. So if you think it's unfair, that's too bad. I could care less. If I find out you're not complying with the bond conditions, we're going to have a big problem, you and me. Do we understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. If you decide you want a lawyer going forward, you can fill out a petition for one if you can't afford one. If you can afford one, you'll have to hire your own. But I'm not about to argue with somebody about a bond condition that is so customary and so common in these types of cases. You got it?
Fair enough, Your Honor.
When they quadruple my salary, maybe, just maybe, I'll argue with people, but not until.
I appreciate it.
Good. Give me a pretrial date, Lisa.
February 12th at 10.
February 12th at 10. Give them a copy of the bond sheet. Give them a copy of the notice. Again, if you decide that you want to hire a lawyer, you can. If you decide that you can't afford one and want one, then you can fill out a petition for one. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we have, just for the record, I don't know if you saw it, Ms. Foley Carter. We got 2 counts of dog roaming at large, 2 counts of no dog licenses to each defendant.
Correct, Your Honor.
I had told your name, sir?
James Robert Adams.
Ma'am, your name?
Candace Leslie Langway.
I had told them before that I wanted the dog to remain in the house in a fenced-in yard or on a leash, accompanied with a muzzle. He talked about some other thing he had.
It's a fence. It's a GPS fence. That's kind of like the new state-of-the-art.
What do you want to say, Ms. Carter?
Yeah, well, first off, whatever collars he has, if they are fixed with these collars, they're not working. The dogs are in the road bothering joggers, bothering other people that are walking their dog, defecating on neighbors' property. They are houses down yonder. This has been going on for years now.
I know it has. Ms. Langmeyer was in front of me on a multitude of cases, so much where I actually threatened jail on this because you can't keep letting dogs run around the neighborhood, folks.
If they were out of the yard, we were there with them and they get back in the
I'm
yard.
just telling you.
I'm just, they don't like run loose. We're there. Now we're there. Now, before my boys would let them out, I don't even let them out anymore. I am there. So if I, and that's why I want to see the video. I need to see what there's.
Well, here's what I'm doing.
Larry across the street has been creating issues, not just with me, with every other neighbor. And he's also surveillancing my property.
Hang on a second. Slow
Which is
down.
against the law.
Hang on. I just can't believe it's coming to this again. I saw these up today.
I spent thousands of dollars.
Hang on. I just can't believe we are still going on and on about these dogs.
They haven't hurt anybody.
Maybe they haven't. They can't run the neighborhood.
They're not. I'm telling you, if it's one or two times.
Look, I don't know that they were not on this.
I need to see the evidence.
Yeah,
Your
that's
Honor.
what
I
we
really
need to
do.
see.
I need to see it because as far as I know, they haven't been.
All I know is this. I had multiple cases. I don't know if this is this your wife or girlfriend or what. I don't care. But with Ms. Langmeyer, I had multiple cases with her.
Yeah.
Multiple cases with her.
And
So much so that I actually was threatening to send her to jail on dog at large, which I've never done and never threatened anybody about jail, and actually was serious about sending her to jail because I had multiple cases and complaints from neighbors, it sounded like. So now here I am 2 years later back dealing with dog at large cases again. I'm just telling you, I'm going to give you your trial, but just remember, there's no defense to this except the dog it can't be running around the neighborhood. That's dog at large.
I don't know
Hang
that it
on.
has been.
I'm not saying they were.
That's why we.
I'm just telling you guys, I'm sticking with the bond conditions I just gave you. Dogs to remain in defendant's home, fenced-in yard, or on a leash, accompanied by the owner and equipped with a muzzle. That's it. That's the order of the court. And you're not to have any contact with prosecution witnesses at all. Now, I'm going to give you your jury trial. We'll set it up now if you want. But those dogs, look, I don't know what kind. You told me what they were. Didn't sound overly well. The Mastiff isn't exactly a little dog. Those dogs are
Well,
huge.
he's a mutt.
he's a
He's not that big.
mixture. He's not that
He's
big.
about the same size as our coonhound.
I don't care,
He's 2 years old.
folks.
He's a
There
puppy.
are laws and you got to comply with them. And I just think it's silly that we've gotten to this point.
It's
It
ridiculous.
is.
Just please listen. Yeah, but this has been going on for years. Maybe not in the last two. I don't know. I heard you had a case with Judge Heston, didn't you? Ms. Langmeyer, a year or so ago on one of these?
No.
Are you sure?
I think,
They
yeah.
did, Your Honor.
No.
No,
It was ultimately dismissed and issued against Mr. Adams.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah,
Well, I'm
that's
just
what it was.
saying,
Yeah, that's what.
I haven't
that's
had
what it
you in
was.
front of me in at least 2 years, probably, Ms. Langmeyer.
And
but-
so it was in front of Judge Heston then in
Yeah.
June of 23. Yeah.
And
So
correct.
I'm just telling you that you can't,
Your Honor, if my dogs have done any damages or do anything wrong to
they
anybody,
don't have the right to run through the
as
neighborhood.
far as I know, they haven't.
Okay,
That's what I need to
well,
know.
they have to prove that. They have to prove
Yes,
it. They
I
have
need to
prove
know
it.
that. I mean, I can't, Larry, the guy across the street's half nuts. He's 80 years old. He's surveillance my property, surveillance in my next door neighbor's
Taking
property.
pictures of the kids.
And then he's actually, some of those issues, those tickets, I went and
How old
looked
are
at
you,
them.
Mr. Adams?
How old am I? 51.
Then you're old enough to know that life is awful short and this is silly stuff. that we're
It's
talking about.
ridiculous.
is.
It's
It
insanity.
is. And I tell you what, if my dogs do any damages to anyone, I'll make them whole again.
It's not the point.
You know what I mean?
You can't
I
have
don't-
dogs running through the
They're
neighborhood.
not
They
though.
don't run
They're not.
through
That's what I'm saying is that I don't know that they have. I don't know of any since.
Okay, so she's gonna have to prove her case. I'm gonna give you guys those bond conditions. I expect you to comply with them. I'm gonna give you a pretrial date You're gonna come back. If you choose to resolve it then, great. If you don't, that's fine. We'll set it for a jury trial, okay?
Yes.
I don't have any problem with that, but just remember, just for whatever it's worth, awful tough for a lawyer to win or for a non-lawyer to win a jury trial. I know everybody thinks this business is easy.
It's not.
It's
No,
not.
amazing.
And I'm just telling you, you have every right to represent yourself. I'm not going to deny you that right. You can sit there and play Perry Mason all you want. I'm just telling you, it's awful hard for a non-lawyer to be, you don't know what you're doing, even though you think you do. What day we giving, Lisa? Write it down. February 12th at what time?
10.
And then we'll set it for a jury if it's not resolved. Think about what I'm saying, Mr. Adams.
Yeah.
All I want is the dogs to remain in your yard or in your house or on a leash, accompanied by you or your wife or girlfriend and or other suitable owner and equipped with a muzzle. That's what I want. That's what's going to happen now. What else do you have to say, Ms. Foley
I
Carter?
just want to clarify 2 points about their bond. I know that it said that the dogs need to remain in a fenced-in yard. I know they seem to believe that the invisible fence is sufficient, but it is not.
We have.
I would ask that the dogs
Halos
remain on a
collars.
tether or leash at all times.
They-
Additionally, for prosecution witnesses, specifically Larry Krasinski, I don't want them to have any contact with him or go back to his home. They did post something on his property after the animal control officer.
Hang on a second. Let's take one thing at a time. You just got done telling me, Mr. Adams, I thought, please correct me, did you not say that that doesn't always work? The fence, the invisible fence?
We got,
No, it's the wireless ones that you put in the ground.
that's why we got them these halo
That's why I got them the
collars,
halo ones.
GPS collars.
So the one.
Well, it must
the
not
wire
be
bridge-
working, or at least if you
So-
had it, listen to me.
I couldn't-
If you had it November 24th, the dog would have got out of the yard. Right? If it was working.
If
They think that the dog was out of the yard on November 24th.
I want to see if maybe my kids let them out and they didn't put the collars on them.
Right.
They don't wear them 24
Only your
hours.
kids. I've heard this story about your kids
13 and
before.
16 now.
Well, they
13 to
need
16
to
now.
be trained.
Yeah.
I want, no, that dog has to either be in a cyclone fenced yard, in your house, or on a leash equipped with a muzzle and accompanied by you or another suitable adult.
Correct.
That's it.
Okay.
I'll see you guys here on the ninth, what are we doing, the 12th at what time, Lisa?
10.
12th at 10. Will you write that on those files, please, Lisa? I gotta,
Judge,
February 12th?
February 12th. And if we don't resolve it then, we'll set it for a jury trial.
Okay.
But you guys, I would encourage you to try to get together. Wait a minute. What else did you mention? You don't want him to have any contact with who?
With Larry Krasinski, and not to return to his home.
Yeah, Your Honor, can you read this?
Wait a minute. What's Larry Krasinski have?
He's
Was he-
surveillancing my property.
Wait a minute.
He is the,
Wait a minute. Slow down. Was he the one that made the complaint about the dog being at large?
he is, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's fair. No contact with Larry Krasinski then. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
You don't want to have
We'll just bring
contact with
this.
him anyway.
No,
yeah. But I did write him a letter. That was what I was supposed to do.
You already sent it.
well,
Yes.
I walked it over there,
Well,
knocked
we
on the
did
door
it
to hand it to
To
him.
hand
He
it
was
to him.
home.
That's what we did.
What day was that? I have it written down. 12/30, 2024.
12:30. And then,
Well, that isn't a bond violation. You've already done that.
Correct.
I didn't
Yes.
have that bond in effect. then.
Correct.
Now I do. So now you can't deliver any more letters or call them or write them or
Yeah.
see them or text them.
That's all we had to do.
that was what we were supposed to by law.
Come on, guys. Let's get this in order, please.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Have a great day.
Yes,
Go
sir.
down the hall, get your notice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have? Where's Mr.?
You need Mr. Bolton, Your Honor?
No, you know what? I want to take 5 minutes.
That's not.
Actually, is Norwood, are you with,
Yes.
who you with? Mr. Crawford, is that yours?
Yes.
Come on up here, Dorian, Whitney Norwood, 18B131569A.
Good morning.
Hang on one second, in P. There you go. Now your name.
Michael Crawford representing.
Your client tell you he hasn't been here in 7 years? And Judge, did you tell him that Judge McNally doesn't appreciate this?
I did note that with him and.
That I
yes,
don't
he's-
like people not showing up because it shows, what does it show?
The responsibility.
It also shows-
Compassion and caring for.
No,
Your
I don't want you to fall in love with me. I just asked you to show some respect. I gotta have him post a bond. I hope he has some money with him.
Well,
Oh, he did post a bond. That's why he's here. He got arrested, posted a bond, $400, right? That's why you showed up. Okay, now I see.
I showed up because I want to clear off.
Oh, yeah, you were gonna come in here whether you got arrested or not. I get it. How long were you adjourning this for? 2 weeks?
2 weeks should be enough time.
Listen, stop doing this to yourself, Mr. Norwood. What time we doing February 12th, Lisa?
10:15.
10:15. All right? Is that a problem too?
No.
You
not
sure?
at all.
You look like you wanted to say that's a problem.
Your Honor, I want to be clear. I'm sorry. The adjournment, we actually wanted to be on a specific date, 2/5, because he's got another matter, driving license suspended before Hessen that day, and the prosecution wants the opportunity to provide a global resolution.
I don't care. Is
So
that,
2/5.
that's fine, Lisa?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, the next date would be the 26th.
No, he wants me to set this on the 5th. I just don't want to interfere with Judge Hessen's
Oh, on the
docket.
5th?
So,
Yeah, that's not your
because
docket
he's
date.
got a case in front of Judge Hessen on the 5th. So how about if we do this at 8:30?
I don't know that the prosecutor will be ready at 8:30, but
She was the one who recommended it to me. She wanted to do this. I was like,
At
great
8:30?
idea. On the 5th, she'll be here.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on the 5th at 8:30. Ms. Foley Carter, this is Norwood. Your name?
Caitlin Foley Carter, I'm from Brownstown
Is that
Township.
okay? The 5th at 8:30?
That is totally fine with me, Your Honor. Thank you.
She's always ready. She's one of the few that make it here on time. You and her and me. Right, Mr. Crawford? I mean, and the court officer and the court, of course.
I'm making an effort, Your Honor.
February 5th.
Thank you, sir.
You have to fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer, okay? Because it's a new date. Bonds continue. Good luck. Stop doing this. You're making your life miserable for no reason. You've turned this into a situation where you're acting like a fugitive. You don't look like a fugitive. You have no reason to be a fugitive. Stop acting like one. Will you please?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you back here. Good luck. Pay. Well, how long you been working there?
I'll be full-time this year, but 2 years. And I have I'm at the end of my compensation for the VA, which I should be getting, 100% disability.
May 19th, he pled guilty to failure to pay. I said pay 125 by July 9th, and the balance by July 23. And I waived any unpaid balance. Counsel, listen to me.
I am, Judge.
I waived any unpaid balance, and then here we are. I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but this has been going on now for this ticket was issued in April of 19. We're coming on 6 years. And now I got a guy coming in here and asking me for time to pay again? You gotta be kidding me.
We would be asking $250 a month, Judge.
You're ignoring what I just said.
I know, because I don't have a justifiable legal
I don't either.
explanation. I will say this, he walked in today and said,
Well,
I
that's
need to address
nice.
this.
It's like giving me credit for, no. You hadn't been here in 5.5 years. I mean, you guys want me to put a gold star on somebody's forehead because they walk in here when they were supposed to be here in another decade, sometimes before the century started. Give me a break. Listen, Mr. Dembski, let's talk candidly.
Yes, sir.
What is the nature of your disability without getting too deep into it?
PTSD.
Were you in the war?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Oh, I have two.
Pardon?
I was in Baghdad and Fallujah, 2004, 2005.
What branch?
Army.
Well, thank you very much, sir, for your service. I mean that. I have nothing but respect for those in our military.
And Your Honor, I have since the 2021, where apparently I really failed with you. Since then I've
Do
seen
you have a wife, kids?
both, sir.
Are you still married?
Yes, sir.
How many kids?
I have one of my own, and then I have 4 bonus children, sir.
Bonus children?
I don't like the term stepkids, sir.
That's a good way to put it. I mean, bonus kids, that's a good way to put it.
I won't let you down. I will make my payments.
Judge, perhaps maybe he can, in addition to the fines and costs, he can do some community service for the court work program. Put him on a very small probation oversight for purposes of getting the fines and costs paid and doing the community service or court work program days for not coming in a timely manner and taking care of it. He can do $250 a month, and he put him on probation oversight.
When can he pay these, the first one?
Next Friday, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
You know what's happening to you, to me, don't you? I'm just getting too nice in my old age. That's what.
You certainly are gracious, Your Honor.
Well, I didn't need you to pile that.
I know, but trust me, I'm the one that has to sit in the office and explain these things before they come into the court.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Write this down for him. You pay the A file by next Friday. That's $269. You owe $250 on the expired plate. You pay that one by March 1. I'm going to waive the balance. I'm only going to make you pay $100 on that. Okay.
So that's B file, Judge?
B file. He's going to pay $100 by March 1. I'm going to waive the other $150 if he does that. This case, I'm dismissing the show cause. Finally, the last one is file C, I believe. He owes $300. You pay $150 by April 1, balance waived. Got it?
Yes, sir.
I know, I'm too nice. I don't know what's happened. We'll start eating glass again or something, Mr. Civi. All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for your service. I mean that sincerely.
Thank you for that.
I can understand why that could mess somebody up to begin with, to tell you the truth.
Thank you.
And don't go down to the,
I gotta tell you how much respect. My father was a major in the Marine Corps, and I just have the utmost respect for anybody doing that. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, thank you. And I